post videos on his account. You guys did this is because of you in control of his account, which you're gonna like what I'm gonna tell you next. What else the judge ordered?
Wicked Genetics, I do know.
She does know.
You're gonna like
very well aware of the
you're
situation.
gonna like what else the judge ordered.
I was well aware last week that there was a meeting being held yesterday between the judge and the DA. So we've already discussed all of this. So Wicked Genetics, Corinne, whoever you are.
You guys want to know
There's
what else?
more.
What else? Yeah, and Corinne, you're a big cause of this. You are
Oh wait,
the big
there's more.
cause
The
of
best
this.
part's coming, y'all.
Yeah, hey, that's not only what the judge ordered. Hey, no one block.
Don't block it.
But
You can
tap your
mute.
screens. Tap your
Tap
screens.
those screens, everybody. Tap those screens. Get these likes up. She is the victim. She will be notified first. Yeah, of course.
I was made aware
Keep
last
tapping.
week.
Just in case they try to take down the live.
But Corinne, you're the one that caused all. You helped cause this, and whoever is in control of his TikTok right now, admin, you're gonna be going to prison too if you keep it up. But let me show you what else. Let me read to you guys what else the judge ordered. Well, the judge ordered that the first one was, thank you, Shame Dog, that he can have no electronic devices. His tablet is gone. That's what the judge ordered. Now this is the second part. Order as to Cody Rini, the court hereby, listen to this. The court hereby orders that TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram delete, and prohibit any further access to any account owned or registered to Cody Rini. Accordingly, to the extent feasible, the probation officer is ordered to do something too.
The parole officer was instructed to remove all accounts that are his social medias, any accounts that he has used on social media, whether or not you're trying to cover them as someone else's account now or in control of someone else. They are now ordered, including Snapchat, to be removed from the internet. They're gone.
The probation officer, it says the probation officer is hereby ordered to delete and or deactivate all of Mr. Rini's social media accounts that can be accessed. And so the probation officer, he's going to go to TikTok, he's going to go to Instagram, Snapchat, he's going to go to all these and delete all these accounts.
That includes backups.
Everything.
Any and every account that I know about, or even the ones that I might not know about because I've never used Snapchat or other things. Anybody who has links to troll accounts, even anything, they will submit something to these social media platforms, and his accounts are going to be removed now.
Anything social media, and if they come back up, if you guys are trying to hide them, they should come back later on. Whoever they're gonna, they're gonna trace where it's being activated from, if it is, if you guys try to hide it, and you'll go to prison.
The feds
You'll go to
don't
prison.
play.
So now
That's how the feds are.
like break this down now,
They will
because
be charged.
I have heard, and if I end up with a recording of it, I am sending it in. So if you want to blame me, but you guys have been warned, you've been made aware, you sat in court, you knew the stipulations, you knew the rules, you knew everything. And then I came on and I warned you guys 2 weeks ago, right here on this live. And even Melissa was like, why did you say that? Like, you shouldn't, like, everybody thinks I should have just let them continue to bury him. Truly. Like, let them bury themselves. And why did I say that? And I said 2 weeks ago that all I wanted was to put a stop to this. Like, I just wanted to be over with. I don't want to deal with the police. I don't want to deal with the courts. I don't want to deal with anything anymore. I don't want to deal with clips in my inbox. I just wanted to, like, just follow the court order. Like, what's good for me is good for him at this point. Me getting the peace is exactly what the judge ordered. He's in prison for 18 months. I don't have to worry about him for 5 years after that. Like, by the time that he's able to access the internet again, my youngest kid, he's 7, he'll be 13, he'll be a teenager. So I have a lot less worries because of that. So let him go through his sentence. Let him learn a lesson. By the time that he's out, it should be like, damn, I really fucked up and I could have done so much more with these few years. He should be apologizing. He should learn a lesson so he doesn't come out and repeat the same behaviors, not just hurry up and get away with this and get around that. Like, get real. I don't want to mess with nobody. I don't want to bicker with nobody. I just want to be left alone by this whole situation. I have begged, I have pleaded, I have given chances. I have told you guys that the feds were contacting me about the continued harassment, and you keep going. You still keep going. So you
Let
keep
her
calling my
heal.
bluff, but every time you call my bluff, there's a new sentence for the man.
His probation officer is going to delete everything, and you outbreakers, all you that supported him, you helped cause this.
Yes,
Showing
Marva.
him recording, screen recording, making videos, showing him like you all caused this. Corinne, you were the big part of this.
Corinne was the main one that was discussed. Corinne's participation in all of this is the main thing that was discussed. Any other chain breaker can tell you, I'm not out here bothering them. I don't contact his mods. I have been to the home, like Maureen with her. I have been to Teresa's home. I don't speak about her or her home, her life. That's one of his mods. I don't care. She supports Trapper. I don't care. She's not harassed. She's not following me around harassing me. She's not doing anything illegal to me. ADHD, I don't mess with her. I don't care. I just don't care. I don't think that what he did is a representation of them. Do I think that they have bad taste in friends? Yes. But that's it. I don't think that it is, they're terrible people. I'm not going to sit here and harass them and chase them down and want to bicker with them. I can be in the same room as them and everybody be quiet. But now here's the deal, is that what he's left with now is nothing but the wall phone, the old school pay phone. Now, I have already been asked for the clip because I was told that there was a live with Cody on the phone where Corinne had him on speakerphone.
Apparently that was on Monday night.
If that exists, they have asked me. Once again, that was illegal activity. What I have been advised to do by the federal justice system goes far beyond Cody and results in criminal legal implications for another person on this app. What is being done will ultimately make it so that not only does he not have access to his iPad and other things, and like I said, that's not my goal. That wasn't my goal. My goal wasn't to take all his communication from the people that do care about him. I asked to be left alone. I literally warned you guys when you guys kept going, when you guys were finding loopholes and posted. I literally said, I don't care. Support him. Just stop posting on his accounts and leave me alone. Go support him privately. And now here we are. At the end of this, if that is true and his phone privileges are taken and he is not able to speak to anybody on the phone, on the internet or anywhere else, and you guys have to wait for snail jail mail, that is on one person. One person.
Show her?
Well, two people. I mean, Cody and the one who's enabling it and literally making it physically possible to partake in violating the law and violating his federal sentencing. So, again, I don't know if this is a big thing, they have to win against me, this whole ego thing of we can't let her win. I'm not winning shit. Okay. I was humiliated. I have had the worst anxiety about my health, my mental health. There has been so much, and I just want to be left the fuck alone. Okay. I don't see myself as poor me boohoo. Like I said, my life goes on, but that doesn't mean that he didn't have a huge effect on that. And now it just continues. So at this point, stop trying to beat me because I am already listed as the victim, which means that the federal court systems are on my side. That's what they're here for, to protect the victims against crimes and to punish the perpetrator of the crime. So think, you guys need to just start thinking. And what's crazy is at this point, I can literally only think of a couple of chain breakers that are left that are continuing to act this way. It seems like most of them have realized this is not good. And that, whether or not they know that the courts are contacting me. I don't have to contact them. They're contacting me.
Yes, Bomb Blondie, yes. And that's why Cody sat in prison, was for failing a Mary Jane test, a UA for Mary Jane, online harassment and bullying,
telecommunications harassment,
and knowingly not disclosing his diagnosis, a positive diagnosis for having STDs. He put a lot of people at risk and didn't tell them. And now because his following, they can't, they're trying to find these loopholes. They're trying to keep him online. They just made it worse. Now all of his social media accounts are going to be deleted. The judge ordered that today. All of his social media accounts are going to be deleted. TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, everything's going to be deleted.
So, Country Sapphire, I filed the police report. He exposed my body online. He accused me of rugging and raping him, cropping a video, taking it out of context, showing 5 seconds of a 5-minute video, saying that he was slipped something and that he was not conscious during an activity, exposed my entire body, and then proceeded to go online and say, haha, got you, bitch. What, I have this, I have that, gotcha. Now, when I filed for exposing my intimate images as well as the harassment. Part of that harassment was the video where he was saying that, like, ha, got you. You said you got tested. Gotcha. And he kept saying that, like, like he had weaponized having something like that. And he put me through what has now been 6 months of nonstop testing. 6 months, I mean, like, the amount of chaos that it has brought to me has been insane. Like, I was worried for my health. I didn't want to kiss my kids goodnight. Like, if you don't realize that there is a way, sorry, there's a mosquito in here. If you don't realize that there's a way for somebody to online harass a person, like, you're very, very wrong. That slander, talking about my deceased child, accusing me of being an addict who was responsible for my own child's and going and recruiting people who are extremely mentally ill to assist in the slander and the harassment and this big bash fest. At the end of the day, like, anybody who wasn't like firsthand involved wouldn't have seen that it truly was literally 1,000 hours of harassment, of direct and like vicious harassment. And so luckily it wasn't me. I didn't even know that they had pressed the assault charge. But when that video was a part of the evidence where he was saying that he had something, the judge threw the book at him and said, it doesn't matter if she got it or not. You are legally obligated to disclose that to a person. And whether or not you contracted it after her, whether or not you have it, like, it's your responsibility. Whether or not she is protected, none of those things matter to the judge. So it is what it is. I have my freedom. I have my health. I don't have freaking herpes.
And leave Melissa alone. Let her heal.
That's it.
That's it. Stop talking about her. Bullying. Stop trying to run her name through the mud. Leave her alone. There are consequences for actions. If this hasn't proven it, I don't know. You guys are lost. If this doesn't show that.
Well, the thing with Corinne's legal advice that she was given, if you're a state lawyer or whatever, paralegal, you know nothing about the feds. The feds are their own thing. They have their own rules. Don't ever go against the feds. You are going to regret it. If they say do something and you don't do it, they're going to make you pay. They're going to punish you as much as they can. And all you people that want to try to save his videos, create more accounts, go ahead and do it. You're just going to end up being in prison or keep him in more trouble. Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
And that's the person I believe was posting for him. Like, I think that that's somebody who is intelligent. I just think that it's a hard pill to swallow that this is the punishment and that the punishment doesn't have a loophole. But I have no beef with the woman at all. Never did. I always thought that she was a nice woman. Truly, I think that she will see this order and know, like, that's that, like, you're just gonna have to rebuild. And listen, he built this so quick. He built this shit overnight. He can rebuild when he gets back. Once this time will be good for him. It will be good for me. It will allow you guys who believe that you have these close relationships with him, all you guys who are fighting with him, it'll allow you years to be able to actually establish a true private relationship with him that is not built around internet clout, internet drama, being some celebrity bestie, whatever. I think it's a good opportunity for everybody, including those people who are supporting him, to see what those true intentions are. See when he gets out, and he's out for 5 years without being talking on the internet, see whether or not he continues to be your friend or whatever without needing your money for commissary. See if he is just using you and continuing to beg. I think this is a really good opportunity for somebody who has a very, very long history and long pattern, and for people to genuinely like give him a chance to be a decent friend in return. So you guys should just take it for the opportunity that it is, instead of just blindly saying, oh, he loves me, he cares about me. Okay, if he does, like, he'll still care about you when he's allowed back on the internet, and then you can go rise to fame with him. And that's it. But in the meantime, I get to heal. My family gets to heal. We all get to stop dealing with this crap. I don't have to keep on dealing with the phone calls and this stuff. I shouldn't have to deal. I mean, I'm talking about like hundreds of clips a week, if not like every other day that I'm getting. I don't sit here and watch this stuff. Everybody knows I barely get on TikTok. And when I do, I'm in here, I'm in Corals, like I'm in very few lives. And even then they follow me there. So, yeah, if I catch, usually I'll get a message. It's like, go in this live, they're talking about you. And I don't see it until like 2 weeks later, because it's like buried in these messages and all these other clips. So it's too late. And this week I had the opportunity to like go into one, and what was happening was insane. You literally had Corinne trying to play like the federal prosecutor, like his public defender or something. When the reality is that what she's asking for is federal evidence in a crime and state evidence in a pending case still. So no, I'm not going to give you evidence of something being sent to a specific place that shows you where my children go to school. I'm not going to give you any of those things at all.
Corinne's really unstable. Like she's just so unintelligent. Like she really doesn't understand anything. Huh?
I just want to before you go on, I wanted to piggyback off of what Melissa was saying. Take the time to like build a real relationship with him outside of social media, like the influences of social media. If you do decide, I've said this before and I'll say this a million times over. If you do decide to have a relationship with someone who is either currently incarcerated or is post-release, no longer incarcerated, do your research, pull the FOIAs, get to know who you're getting involved with before you bring your children around them. Talk to the PO. 30 minutes, an hour could save you a hell of a lot of heartache and money.
Yes, Dawn. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so, so this behind me, I looked it up on Pacer. This is right off of Pacer. The judge ordered today that he can't have any electronics, so his tablet is gone. His tablet is gone because his followers wanted to keep showing him off online and try to make videos for him and do all this dumb shit. They took away his tablet, and the judge ordered today that his probation officer, that's what it says behind me, deletes his TikTok, his Instagram, his Facebook, all social media. His probation officer is going to delete it. And if you guys try to hide it, if you guys put admin on it and you try to hide it and don't give access, you're going to go to jail. You're going to be held accountable for it. Yeah. Guaranteed.
Because there's a reason why they want to keep it. Was a harassment charge. And think about it. If you were the victim, do you want to open TikTok or whatever app it is and see if you're the victim, see his face come up on your FYP?
Right. That was the whole point.
You're re-victimizing her all over again. So cut it out.
Right. It's like he's in there, but the punishment is null and void because he's continuing to monetize off of, I mean, and I'm not saying that I built anything to do with his platform, but there are so many people who are there, and I don't give a if it's only 5 people. Let's say 5 people who are there because of the drama and the harassment and the chaos, and they love that nasty stuff. Whatever. The fact is that he monetized, his views skyrocketed by harassing me. His everything skyrocketed by harassing me. And the only way that you can't compare his past earnings to what he actually was making off of that harassment and how many people were out there just cheering this on, you can't compare it because prior to that, I was his biggest gifter. So he lost me and he needed his 2,000 people in there every single day. And when the other things wouldn't work, it was immediate. Like, oh, I'm not going to talk about her.
They are bomb
I survived. I surrendered. Like, what the heck? And then you've got his dad. So Russell, same thing. The things that Russell had said to me, direct threats.
Glenn always wins, same thing. Threats.
Glenn always, all of that
Glenn
is
always
all
wins,
logged
Russell.
and registered. So when, and there's only one person who goes around in this situation, only one person who goes around saying that I'm a bully and I'm picking on her and X, Y, and Z, right? We can all agree. You guys think I'm the villain in Cody's story. I think I'm standing up for my own dignity, what was left of it, trying to restore some of that, get a little bit of justice here and protect my family. So we're going to have to agree to disagree on that. So if I'm the villain in your story because you lost Cody, that is fine. However, at the end of the day, you've got me here and Cody there and a court order right here in the middle. The court order is on my side. So I just wish that everybody would take a step back and realize that there are some lives that are being held where, once again, just like people had the opportunity, and I'm not arguing, maybe somebody did tell him, hey, enough is enough. Now we're at this spot again where it's like people are continuing to like cheer on Corinne. Like, I'm getting messages like, you don't ever make sense when you speak. Well, I'm educated. I do make sense when I speak. That's just a fact. I'm very, very well educated. So that's not something I've ever heard before. Just little things in my inbox, like, oh, you just lied, all of this stuff. And I'm like, every time that you guys contact me, you're bringing this back up to me. And every time that it's something that is just to be like blatantly like nasty to me, to try to hurt me, to try to disrespect me, you're bringing up those triggers and those traumas again, which mean that every time that I get a call, now you don't know, you just sent me that DM. And then 5 minutes later, I'm getting a call from the judge's chambers. How many times can I ask you guys and tell you guys that they are contacting me, that they are aware of the continued harassment, that they are literally asking me like how these things are affecting me, how often people are talking about me that were present in those court hearings, that are speaking to him on a daily basis, a list of names and accounts, and they're watching them too. They're watching them too, and they just keep continue.
I did. I told everyone Sunday this is going to happen. He's going to lose his account, just like a couple other people about to lose their account. I ain't playing. I ain't lying. Look, he's going to lose everything now. Cody's just lost everything because they kept being dumb. They kept playing games. They wouldn't respect the court's wishes. Dude's a fucking loser. Tattoo Cody's a straight fucking loser. And anyone that supports him is a straight fucking loser, straight fucking trash, piece of shit.
I tend to agree with most of that, but there are people that have been like, Coral has like a little buddy with whoever, whatever that Breadstick Bandit.
Ted Whiteboy is a straight piece of shit.
I'm not a fan.
He cut a 17-year-old with a box cutter. Tatted Whiteboy is a straight piece of shit. All those chain breakers are pieces of shit. You still support someone like this? You're a fucking piece of shit.
I just think for me, I'm like, he hasn't done anything to bother me. These people haven't done anything to bother me. So I leave them alone. I stay in my lane. This is my lane. Coral's chat is my lane. I'm not out here, you can't call me a clout chaser because my name brings views. My situation, like people want to hear what the hell I have to say in response to all of this stuff where people are talking about things that they don't know about my finances because I'm in a tax bracket that they will never ever see because they're too busy talking crap on live to get off their asses and better themselves. You'll never know my tax bracket to know anything about taxes, sales, liens for my businesses, and like completions with a 7-year out date. Like don't speak on my finances. That's wild. All of these things, like talking about, oh, she's not rich. I don't say I'm rich. You guys said I'm rich. I don't say I'm broke. You said I'm broke. I'm not saying any of these things. You guys are talking about me and my family. You're talking about my ex-husband, saying my ex-husband is scared of me. Like, I shouldn't have to be sitting here about to make videos. I was about to make a video yesterday. I have it in my drafts of like screenshots of my ex-husband sending me pictures from like 12 years ago. Like, I missed when you loved me. My ex-husband isn't afraid of me. He's still in love with me 7 years later because I'm not a horrible, awful person. I don't want to drag all of these people down. I don't care if they support him. I think it's a terrible situation. I think that it takes something away from your character. And to me, like, kind of, you are the company you keep, obviously, which is why I exited that company. But I'm not harassing any of them. Why am I only harassing one person? I'm not. You got one person just like Cody. Cody sat there for months, sat there over and over and over again saying, Melissa, yeah, listen, thank you. Saying over and over again that I was talking about him, that I was spending all this time on lives. Corinne literally picked up right where he left off, saying she just talking about us all day and her and Coral and blah, blah. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're streaming like Trapper or whatever. And I'm in the chat. I'm just in the chat. I have no control over what goes on in there. But these are my people. These are people I trust, that I love.
Yep.
And why are you sitting here following me? Why follow me? If you don't like Kidnapped and Melissa and Melissa, if you don't like Coral, if you don't like any of those people, just get the hell out of there. In the meantime, you have people like, and that's the only one that I can think of, is Tatted White Boy, who does come into Coral's chat. I don't bother him. I don't know him. He wasn't even around when I was around Cody. I don't know him at all.
I can't get over the fact that he went into a Papa John's and cut a 17-year-old with a box cutter and said he did it because he was on pills and drunk. I can't get over that. I don't care.
Even that, I'll tell you, like, I'm a pretty fair person, and I look at that like he was 21, and when I was 17, most of my friends were in their 20s. So, you know,
the thing with that though is he could have changed, but he kept changing the story on it and said it was the driver, and then he kept changing the story.
To this day, it's a different story.
Yeah,
every day it's a different story.
I just don't look at it the same as like a 40-year-old doing that, you know. But that's all I know. Like I don't even want to know their stories. I'm like, I sit in here and I love what we do in here. I love what we do over in Corals. I love what we do in a few different chats. I leave these people alone. So anybody who's sitting there listening and saying that, oh yeah, Melissa's bothering and harassing Corinne, like be real. Why am I not bothering and harassing all of you guys? And go look. You've shown me where I'm bothering and harassing Corinne. I don't speak to Corinne. I don't look for Corinne. The only time that the woman comes up is when she literally comes in and she's like immediately nasty because she pops into a chat and somebody says, "We see you, Corinne," and she goes nuts, you know, like it's talking about me, talking about just so much stuff. And it is at the point where it's not only can she be indicted criminally, but she could be sued. I don't want to sue her. I've never sued anybody. I want her to leave me alone.
I got a restriction. Should we reset and come back in?
Yeah, sure.
Oh my god, they have all my stuff here.